Well, hello and welcome back to another edition of the Andrew Eborn Show, where I'm delighted to be joined yet again by the Reverend Canon Roger Hall. How are you doing, Roger?
Morning, Andrew. Well, welcome to the Tower of London and welcome inside the Chapel Royal of St. Peter ad Vincula. You can see I'm sitting in front of one of our great memorials and the organ there to my right and the church at the altar and everything to my left. But we're doing okay. It's very cold here, though. That's why I've got everything on.
So when it is cold, do the beefeaters wear a special overall as well? I mean, they've got their glorious outfits.
No, they're hardy former sergeant majors, and they tough it out, you know, come rain or come shine. It's always a bit of a joke around the tower when it's absolutely pouring down. There they are standing with the rain dripping off their hats and all the rest of it. But they do have copes. They do have, or capes, I suppose we would say, for when it's really bad. But no, they'd be horrified. They'd say, nope, we stand here come rain or shine.
Because they have, when they have the bear skins, don't they, for at the Queen's palaces and so on and so forth. They sometimes let those take them off when it's very hot, because you have these iconic pictures of people fainting when it's very hot.
Yes. Yes.
This sort of weather, you wouldn't find a bear skin, would you?
Andrew, that's a very modern tradition. In the past, you would have it on even if you were in the middle of the desert and it was 40+ degrees, you know. And I was chaplain at one time to the household division, and I used to go to the preparations and all the rehearsals for the Queen's birthday. And inevitably, there'd be one poor soldier who hadn't had his breakfast who would keel over, and the big sergeant major in charge of the whole parade would say, "Don't move, leave him there," you know. And you go,
it's a tough old life, really, isn't it? But I tell you what, in this weather, I wouldn't mind one of those bear skins. I think this will be rather good to keep us warm, I think.
I think you'd look very smart in one,
well, thank
Andrew.
you for that. I think you would rather see that. And we've got Valentine's Day coming up. Tell me about that, because that's seated in the church as well. Tell me about Valentine.
Yeah, that's one of those, I think it's one of those lovely festivals, Valentine, which is a mixture of church and society, if that makes sense. Valentine was, we don't know quite whether he was just a priest or a bishop in the 3rd century in Rome. And at that time, Christians were all being persecuted. And what the rumour is, the story is, the legend is, whatever you want to call it, is that he helped early Christians to escape. And as a result of that, he was taken prisoner and thrown into jail. And this is the nice bit of the story. While he was in jail, the story goes is he fell in love with the jailer's daughter. On the night before he was supposed to be executed, he wrote her a letter. And at the end of the letter, he finished it off with those words, "From your Valentine." And that's one of the traditions of where the idea of drawing together something old and something new. So Valentine's Day, his death on the 14th of Day, incorporated what was a Roman festival with the idea of love. And people like Chaucer in the 14th century wrote about this. And then, of course, as we got into the Victorian era, they thought this was a really good idea. And we'd all start, it was the onset of things like Christmas cards and birthday cards and all that sort of thing. And so Valentine cards came, and you'd sign it and send it to the one you love with those lovely words, "From your Valentine." Have you sent a Valentine to anybody ever?
Every day's Valentine's Day here, you know that. It's all you need is love.
My poor wife, waits in anticipation.
Oh, fantastic. It's all great stuff. So it's rather, I mean, is it unrequited love then? How did the jailer's daughter respond, or did she respond at all?
We don't know any of that. And there are all sorts of other legends and stories around Valentine as well. But for me, I think that's one of the simplest and one of the nicest ones that it is about. And you are right, it's unrequited love, and it's that special, and it's that spontaneity. I've always lived in anticipation, 60 odd years waiting for an extra Valentine card come through the door and thinking, who sent me that? Where's that come from? You know?
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, I was hearing about this particular person who was at the post office, and they were sending out 500 Valentine's Day cards, all signing it from you know who. They signed it, and it turned out it was a divorce lawyer looking for business.
Well, we all know those roses are red, violets are blue. I'm good looking. What happened to you? You know, jokes and all the rest of it that get pushed into these Valentine's cards. But I think the sentiment is a nice thing, and particularly in this pandemic and when people have been, you know, want something to lift their spirits. So a combination of, you know, remembering a Christian martyr who gave his life to save others, but at the same time, us using that as an opportunity to express our love for those that are nearest and dear to us, seems to me to be a good thing to do. And I'm all for it.
All for it as well. The world goes round with love. Roger, an absolute pleasure for having you on the show as always. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you, Andrew. Look forward to that as well. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So thank you again to the Canon, the Reverend Canon Roger Hall, MBE, who's the Deputy Priest in Ordinary to Her Majesty the Queen at HM Tower of London. If you'd like to be a guest or you have any comments on the show, write to me at guests@octopustv.com. That's guests@octopustv.com. Don't forget, you can follow me at Andrew Eborn at Octopus TV, and don't forget to subscribe on all of the usual channels. But for me, for now, and all your Valentines, be good, be safe, and let the world be flooded with love. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.